few weeks ago we were in here talking about the beginning of the season and sort of your guys' goals as a team. Do you feel like you did everything you wanted to put yourself in a position to challenge for another title?
I think we definitely did. I think it shows with the number of people we're sending. NCAA is a record amount of people, so we definitely got the job done in the regular season and early in the regular season, so we were able to really work on technical and like tweaking little things here and there throughout the rest of the season to get ready for next weekend.
I mean, you have favorite status probably as a team or sort of in the mix, you know, somebody with a target on their back. You're personally going to have probably a target on your back. What's it like going into the meet like that way, knowing you're going to be so many people are chasing down?
As a team, I don't know if I've gone in ranked number one as a team. Last year we went in ranked 3-4. This year again, not ranked number one. But year after year I've been here, we've been able to win. So we always find a way to really bring our Hayward Field magic wherever we go and seem to really perform at Indoor Nationals. So I expect the same this week, this time.
What about internal pressure? I mean, it's been a while since you guys haven't won. Do you feel like you don't want to be the group that doesn't?
A little bit. I thought about that the other day. You know, I was thinking back to last year with Ann and Becca going to their final Indoor Championships, and they had never lost one, and they didn't want to be the first. And now I'm a senior, and I'm kind of in the same boat. But I don't think I need to put any unnecessary pressure on anyone on the team. I know they'll go out and do their job, so we just got to see how the points, play out.
I mean, you had some real strong leadership on last year's team. Have you had to assume that role more this year?
We have, a whole new group of captains, a whole new set of upperclassmen and leaders, and I think the people we have leading the team now just kind of gradually got put into the role, and we're missing a gap, obviously, losing seniors, but it's nothing that our older people now can't fill.
Is it a different kind of leadership, losing people like English, who's a little more boisterous, outspoken, and Jordan, who's not? But is it a different kind of leadership?
I would say, yeah. I mean, everyone has a different kind of style of leadership. Those were definitely two big names, headliners of the Oregon track and field team, and now it's more, our whole team is the Oregon track and field team, and there's not really a couple big names standing out, and I'd like to think we're a little closer now. That makes us a little more close-knit.
Well, Laura Roesler's a big name.
I'm trying to make it one.
I mean, you're on the Bowerman watch list, and you've got the top time in your event going in. So, I mean, to say there's no big names sort of overlooks the obvious.
I mean, there's no, I'll rephrase. I don't think there's any Jordan Hussey, English Gardner caliber names, but there's people who are definitely working towards that status. So
Dakota talked about the two teams being closer this year. Do you feel that as well from the women's perspective?
I think I do, because we really, coming into this year, over half the team is transfers, freshmen, new people. So at first it was like there's the young people and then there's the returners, which is a really small group, but we kind of had to reacquaint with everyone, and you had to change a little bit to find similarities with the younger and the new kids. So we definitely learned a lot more about everyone on the team, and I think it's really good. Practices are going even better than I've had in the past, and we know each other's names from different groups, and it's a good thing.
The pressure being top qualifier, individual?
If there's any pressure, it'd be pressure I was putting on myself, which I'm not trying to do. Anything can happen going into a championship meet. I ran that time back in January, so a lot has changed since then, and I haven't raced the girls on the list, so I just got to go out there and do my job.
First of all, you're way too modest. You've already achieved that status that you talked about, but in terms of winning an NCAA title, is it different every year, or are there some common themes in how you pulled together and be able to do that?
My sophomore year was a little different. I felt we were more favorited. We had, Brianne, English, Jordan, and Becca, people that were going to be just almost a lock of big points. Whereas this year, we're going to have to nickel and dime and scrap a little more. Than in the past. No, not huge favorites in every event for us, but so what we've been working on all year, we got our qualifiers out of the way, and then we've been working in practice on stuff specifically for NCAAs. So I think we gotta do what we've been doing in practice, and we'll be fine.
How important was it to get those qualifying marks early and then have it so you're not chasing, last chance points and that kind of stuff?
I think it's definitely less stress put on us, and they really emphasize those first few meets. We want to get those qualifiers out of the way, and for me, it's been nice because I've kind of gotten to back off and focus on training a little more, and it's less racing that we have to do. Become the end of the season towards the NCAA's outdoors, it'll just be less stress I've had on my body with qualifying early. So it's definitely all been working so far.
This is at 5,000 feet. Any concerns about the altitude?
When we first went up to Albuquerque and ran the 4x4, it wasn't a big deal after the race, but I'm stepping up a little bit now. And I watched some interviews from USA Indoors, and they were breathing a little hard, but I don't think it's anything that's really going to affect personally what I'm running. So I don't, everyone has to race under the same conditions. So.
But some of the teams train at that altitude.
They may or may not have an advantage. I train at sea level, and my advantage is that I run for the University of Oregon, and I get my hair and field magic when I'm going to be in Albuquerque. So everyone has their own, their own advantages. Cool.